Although often associated with Antarctica, penguins can be found in various locations, including Chile, the Falkland Islands, and New Zealand, as well as in different regions of Australia, South America, and South Africa. The black and white appearance of penguins is actually a brilliant adaptation. The black coloration helps them camouflage in dark waters, while their white belly conceals them from predators looking from above. They live in large colonies and tend to lead highly social lives. Although they often mate for life, penguins are frequently forced to separate from their partners for months while searching for food. Penguins' feet are adapted for long-distance walking. They have evolved to travel great distances, sometimes trekking up to 60 miles across the icy sea to reach their breeding grounds. Lions can weigh up to 250 kg. Male African lions can weigh between 150 kilo and 250 kilo. At their heaviest, 250 kilos is a whopping 39 stone. Female African lions weigh slightly less, up to 180 kilo, which is still an impressive 28 stone. Lions are born spotty. Lion cubs are born with spots. It is thought this helps to keep the cubs camouflaged in long grass. As they mature, these spots eventually begin to fade. A lion's mane can grow up to 16 cm long. A lion's mane helps it to appear larger and more threatening towards potential rivals, growing up to an incredible 16 centimeter long. The male hormone, testosterone, affects the development of the mane. Captive lions that have been castrated normally lose their mane or never develop one in the first place. One of our lions of lockdown, Luga, came to us missing his mane for this reason. Owls, also known as manguni, are a group of birds belonging to the order Strigiformes. These birds are predators, carnivores, that are active at night, nocturnal. In total, around 222 species are known, spread across the world except Antarctica, most of Greenland, and some remote islands. Most owl species hunt at night, although some hunt during twilight at dawn and dusk, crepuscular, and a few even hunt during the day. Their large, sharp eyes allow them to measure distance accurately. Their strong beak and agile talons enable them to grip firmly. Their ability to fly silently is a major asset for owls when hunting in complete darkness. Some species can even detect the distance and location of prey with precision in total darkness by relying solely on their sense of hearing. Aided by facial feathers that adjust and direct sound waves, owls often build nests in tree hollows or among the fronds of palm species. Some species also make use of spaces in buildings, such as under roofs or in empty cavities. Depending on the species, owls may lay between 1 and 4 eggs, most of which are white or white with spots. Classification and evolution of Komodo dragons. The existence of Komodo dragons was unknown until the First World War. They are actually a species of lizard that evolved in isolation millions of years ago. Anatomy of Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons are large reptiles that can grow up to 3 meters long and weigh 150 kilos. They are very strong, with long and thick bodies, short muscular legs, and powerful tails. Their tails are used for fighting and to support the animal when standing on its hind legs. Behavior of Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons are solitary and powerful predators. Their home range depends on the size of the individual, and they are capable of covering about 2 kilometers each day. They are also known to be excellent swimmers, traveling relatively long distances from one island to another. Male dragons usually fight by standing on their hind legs, supported by their tails, competing for mating rights. After mating, the female lays up to 25 eggs in a hole dug in soft sand. The eggs hatch after 8 to 9 months. Young Komodo dragons live independently as soon as they leave their shells. However, until they grow to a larger size, young Komodos climb trees, spending most of their time there until they are big enough to survive on the ground and hunt for prey on their own. One of the biggest factors affecting the lifespan of ants is their species. The lifespan variation among ants is quite large, with some species, such as carpenter worker ants, able to survive up to 7 years, while pharaoh worker ants usually live around 70 days. Queen ants are the longest living ants in a colony. Because the queen is so important to a colony, she is protected deep within it, near chambers designed to store eggs and larvae. The queen ant is the sole source of eggs for the colony and also controls the colony's development. Therefore, if the queen dies, the colony will usually die soon afterward. Depending on the species, some queen ants can live between 10–20 years, with the longest living queen surviving up to 28 years. Rhinos, guardians of their ecosystems. Rhinos are the second largest land mammals on Earth, after elephants. There are 5 species of rhinos found across Asia and Africa, and each plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of their ecosystems. As keystone species and mega herbivores, rhinos act as environmental engineers. In Africa, for example, they create and maintain water holes by wallowing in the mud. These then become essential water sources for many other animals. Rhinos also spread over 20 kilograms, 44 pounds of dung every day, which fertilizes the soil and disperses seeds, helping plants grow and providing food for countless other herbivores. Unfortunately, many rhino species are now classified as vulnerable or critically endangered. Habitat loss, poaching, and climate change are pushing these majestic animals closer to extinction. That's why organizations like IFAW work with partners worldwide to reduce human-wildlife conflict, restore habitats, and prevent poaching. Today, 2 rhino species live in Africa, the white rhino and the black rhino, while 3 live in Asia, the greater one-horned rhino, the Sumatran rhino, and the Javan rhino. Rhinos are strict herbivores, feeding mainly on plants, and they typically graze at night or during the cooler parts of the day. Sea turtles. Sea turtles are fascinating marine reptiles with many unique traits. They can dive for long periods, migrate thousands of kilometers, and return to the very beaches where they were born to lay their eggs. In addition, sea turtles have long lifespans. Some species can live for more than 100 years. Long-distance migration. Sea turtles often travel great distances between their nesting sites and feeding grounds. Green turtles, for example, can migrate thousands of kilometers each year, nesting on beaches. Female sea turtles return to the beaches, where they were born to lay eggs, usually at night. They dig holes to deposit their eggs, cover them, and then return to the sea. Varied diets. Different species of sea turtles have different feeding habits. Green turtles are primarily herbivores, feeding on seagrass and algae, while loggerhead turtles are carnivores and often eat crustaceans and mollusks. Endangered species, many. Sea turtle species are declining in population due to hunting, habitat destruction, and pollution. The leatherback turtle, for instance, is one of the most endangered species in the world. Natural protection. The shell of a sea turtle serves as a shield against predators. It is made of a material called a carapace, which provides physical protection. Breath-holding ability, C. Turtles can hold their breath for long periods while diving. Some species can stay underwater for more than an hour without surfacing, depending on their activity level. Remarkable navigation system. Sea turtles have extraordinary navigation skills, using the Earth's magnetic field and visual cues to return to their nesting sites. Octopuses are intelligent, but most of their brain cells are actually in their arms. Octopuses have a large nervous system, with the average octopus possessing about 500 million neurons, or brain cells. Octopuses can be trained and have memory abilities. Research conducted over the last 70 years has shown that these animals can be trained to perform simple tasks. Octopuses recognize individuals. In the same lab in New Zealand that once experienced a blackout problem, an octopus disliked one of the lab staff members for no apparent reason. Every time that person passed by, they received a half-gallon squirt of water on the back of their neck. A high five is their standard greeting. When octopuses are moving around, they are sometimes seen striking their arms toward another octopus in its den. Professor Stefan Lindquist, who has studied octopus behavior, believes that this interaction is actually a high five, or hand slap, which helps octopuses recognize one another. The blue whale is the largest animal to have ever lived on Earth. Research has never produced evidence of any animal on Earth larger than the blue whale, which can grow up to 30 meters, 100 feet, long, the length of 3 school buses. It can weigh as much as 200,000 kilos, 40,000 pounds, and some of its organs are the largest in the animal kingdom. The blue whale's heart, for example, can weigh about 180 kilo, 400 pounds. However, its brain is relatively small, weighing only around 7 kilos, 15 pounds, just 0.07% of its body weight. The blue color of blue whales partly comes from the ocean. While blue whales appear dark blue underwater, they actually look gray when they surface. The color of the water and sunlight makes them appear bluer than their true shade. Blue whales have one of the loudest voices on the planet. Although we cannot hear them underwater, blue whales produce some of the loudest sounds on Earth. Their calls can be louder than a jet engine and have been measured at up to 188 decibels. Conscious sleep means maximum efficiency for blue whales. Blue whales are midwater hunters, but they must surface to breathe. They inhale and exhale through 2 blowholes, which are protected by a large splash guard. These blowholes are big enough for a child to fit through, though, of course, that's not recommended